very first long walk years ago.
This is The Long Walk.
The Long Walk is a novel written by Stephen King under his pen name Richard Bachman. It was his fourth novel ever and his first novel under the pen name. In celebration of this movie coming out Friday the 12th in theaters, I will be putting myself through my own version of The Long Walk, where I walk 4 miles an hour for as long as I can while I review the book for you guys. This is the speed that they have to be walking. This is 4 miles an hour. We're only almost 7 minutes in, and it's already kind of hard, honestly. The Long Walk takes place in dystopian America, where every single year they take 100 boys throughout the entire country and they line them up for a contest called the Long Walk. The rules for the contest are relatively simple. You just have to keep walking at 4 miles an hour. If you walk any slower than 4 miles an hour, you'll get a warning. You're only allowed up to 3 warnings, and if you get more than 3 warnings, you get your ticket. During the Long Walk, there is no resting, there is no breaks, and there is no finish line. The contest is only over when there is one person left standing. It's a really simple story, but it does a really good job of creating a connection between each character and the reader and exploring how a person reacts when they are forced past their limits. All right, according to my watch, I just hit about 2 miles, 38 minutes in. I think my watch is a little inaccurate. Treadmill says it's 2.5 miles, because I think it just goes off the swing of my arm. And if I'm holding my phone, it doesn't really swing. The pacing is really unique in the fact that it almost reads like a single take of a movie or of a TV show. You really get to focus on each detail and each character and what they think about what is going on. Because of this writing style, it really creates a tense situation, and you're really forced to feel the weight and the tension behind each step. All right, guys, I'm at 1 hour and 6 minutes, almost 4.5 miles in. I gave myself 4 + 4 incline just to kind of put it on a slope a little bit to make things a little harder. I wouldn't say that I would win the Long Walk for sure. Now, 4 miles per hour doesn't sound too bad, but it really isn't about the speed or the pace in which you're walking. It's about the repetition and about knowing in the back of your head that you cannot stop no matter what. And that's what the book does really well, is giving the reader the feeling that each character cannot stop no matter what. No matter if they have to use the restroom, have to eat or drink, or have to sleep, or see a loved one in the crowd. You cannot stop walking. The novel takes a simple idea, such as walking, and turns it into a contest of physical and mental grit. It forces the reader and it forces the characters to ask themselves how far they can truly go and if it really is worth it in the end. And that is a dilemma that is brought up throughout the entirety of the book, is whether or not the walk is worth the pain. For me, my favorite part of the story was the characters, and I think they were really well done. From the beginning, you realize that these guys are just teenagers and young men that are trying to make it through the walk. They each have their reasonings, their own sense of humor, and their opinion about what happens. And I think the dialogue between the characters is really realistic and grounded, except for some weird parts.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
As the novel progresses and the walk goes on for longer, you start to learn more about each of the characters and deepen your connection with them. You start to learn more about each of the characters' reasonings, and it really helps create tension. And I think the connection that grows throughout the novel helps to show that this book and this story is just a story about regular kids and not superheroes. One thing that I think the novel does really well is wearing the reader down alongside the characters. By the conclusion and the climax, you sort of start to feel kind of exhausted because there's so much tension involved between each character, and you're so worried about your favorite person getting their ticket. Stephen King does a really good job of creating a world that is dark and gritty and real. And because of this realism, it really makes the reader stop and ask themselves if the human mind and the human body is truly capable of pushing themselves that far past the limits. Now, The Long Walk is a book that I've been meaning to read for a long time. My dad has recommended it to me since I was in middle school. The book came out in 1979, the year my dad was born, but it has aged fantastically. I think it is a story that anyone can read. It's not a story that you will get much literary value out of, but it is an amazing story nonetheless. All right, I'm a little past an hour and a half now, almost at 6.5 miles, and I think I'm gonna get my ticket.
So my final distance, almost 6.5 miles, almost an hour and 40 minutes at 4 miles an hour. I definitely think I could have gone longer, but I definitely did not want to go deep into the night like they do in the book. Oh man, it's kind of weird. Now that I'm not walking, it feels like I'm still walking. But I only went an hour and a half, almost 6.5 miles. It's crazy that the guys in the book put up such insane numbers. I don't even know if it's possible. Let me know down below what your favorite part of the book or the movie was, if you guys have watched already or if you've read the book, and like and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.